I am absolutely loving this season of Westworld. It just keeps delivering episode after episode, and tonight was no exceptions. Like we've had, I think, a twist or a big revelation like every single episode all season long, and this was just another just great episode. We saw a huge Charlotte story arc today. uh, I loved what was going on there, and then the ending just kind of was like, oh crap. And also like Bernard recruiting his little team there. There was a little snippet of that. That was also fantastic. And then of course we have Serac. He's in full attack on Delos, and it seems like he's winning right now. So let's get into this episode. Might as well jump into Charlotte straight away. So she was the primary focus of this episode. Serac has been trying to do a hostile takeover of Delos, and today he succeeds. We see Charlotte going to Delos to have an emergency board meeting to wrest control of the company away from Serac before he has an opportunity to take over. And she's walking there with another one of the board members, and Serac's dudes just show up and they're just like, nope, and just ice the dude. And then Charlotte gets sent in, and she is a woman on a mission. We saw her character kind of struggling between being Dolores and being Charlotte, and managing her emotions and doing what's right and what's wrong. And it just kind of everything got laid clear for her today when she kind of realizes that Serac is like the moment when she realizes like Serac is just gonna wipe out everything at Delos. You could see that was the moment when she decided for sure, like, yeah, I'm going with Dolores. I'm getting this information. I'm getting it out of here. And we see her go on a mission, and of course like Serac outs her as being a host, and she's got to go and just start killing everybody. And once again we have the most obvious use of the Serac image or hologram, whatever you want to call it, all season long. Like you just knew that moment was going to come when Charlotte was going to attack him or try to kill him, and he wasn't going to be there. Like that was inevitable. And he starts to make you wonder, like, has Serac ever actually been anywhere we think he's been? Is Serac even the person that we think he is? Like, is he someone else and just using that image? It's just so many like little tiny fan theories and theories in general to just think about on this season. I absolutely love it. I feel like there's just so much going on and so many plots and subplots that really can just get your mind racing. We had another big storyline. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish up with everything with Charlotte. So she's a badass. She escapes from Delos, which is now just a subsidiary of Insight. We even had that moment where we saw the logos change from Delos to Insight. And I love the moment where she brings the riot control robot back online to start kicking ass for her. I wish the riot control robot would have kicked a little bit of more ass, because that was one of my favorite parts of the episode. And then after that, we have that moment she goes back to Charlotte's family, and that's when you start to like know for sure like she might be a copy of Dolores, but she's not Dolores anymore. Like these people mean everything to her. And then we end the episode with the car with Charlotte, her husband, and her kid getting blown up. And then of course we see Charlotte crawling out of the wreckage, burnt to a crisp. It was kind of like a little bit of a Terminator moment there. And she looks like a woman who is going on a mission to get payback now. So I'm interested to see what happens with her moving forward. Just might as well talk about William for a minute. there was a few interesting things here with William. We had so he's in the mental institution. He's going into this augmented reality therapy, and we find out at the end that he's just been left in this augmented reality, and like who knows for how long, like how long he was in there. And inside the augmented reality, he's really facing his past and coming to grips with the things that he does are not a result of the game or a result of anything else. It's just that's who he is, and it goes all the way back to when he was a little kid. And then he also has this revelation that he's the good guy. He's the good guy in this story, and I kind of like that because he's the man in white now. He's the man in the white straitjacket versus the rest of the series. He's been the man in black, and now he's on Team Bernard, and like they totally have to be the good guys, right? Bernard, Stubbs, and the man in white, they're going to be quite the dynamic trio for the rest of the season, I'm sure. What did I miss here? There's so much stuff going on in this show. It's too hard to keep track of everything. We also had a little bit of Maeve. That was the moment when Charlotte, crushed Hector's core. That was kind of brutal. But I just want to know, like, why did she prioritize going for Hector over just going straight for Maeve? Like, doesn't destroying Maeve solve all your problems? But I feel like part of Dolores' plan is that she needs Maeve on her side, and she wants Maeve on her side and does not want to hurt Maeve in any way. And I think that one of Dolores' goals is to, bring those two characters together, bring those two sides together. We also had the moment right at the end with Maeve where she's looking at another host being completed. We see the gauge get to 100%, but we don't know who she's looking at. I don't think it was just Hector's body being finished. I think it was somebody else, because it sounded like Serac was getting her more help than just Hector, even if Hector is the person that she wanted. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what goes on there, like who gets brought back, who doesn't. And I'm excited for the end of this season. It's been a wild ride. I'm sure that it's only going to get crazier from here on out. Oh, another thing I skipped over with William, when he had his blood test, and we see the blood test come back and say unknown proteins. So I don't know if that was a little alluding slightly to possibility that he's a host, which would be pretty interesting. It's I think a theory that's been thrown out by a lot of people over the course of this season and over the course of the show. And who knows, because one of the goals of Delos was, immortality, to live forever. And they tried with his father-in-law to make him immortal, and it kind of didn't work. So maybe they succeeded with William, and that would be kind of an interesting little spin on the story. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm sure there's stuff I missed. Let me know what excited you today, and I just can't wait for the rest of this season. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you.